What's going on YouTube? Technician Troy again. Welcome back. I'm not at my garage again. Where we're at, once again, is with Gorham Works at his garage. And previously on this wonderful synopsis of the C10 build with the 540 Big Block, you saw that it was sitting there. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, that's a big empty hole. So, where we're at now, we are now in the driveway. All right, the truck is sitting under its own weight. There are parts scattered about the rear end of it of test fitting and trying and, you know, just randomly doing all the things that you have to do when you build a massive monster like this. But this is the stance, all right? This is where it's going to sit. It's doing its thing. And I don't know if y'all remember, but last time I was here with Gorham at Gorham Works, we shoved this big block in this tiny little space is what I would consider it once that's in. Holy cow. But there were some hiccups, so let's get into that. We'll talk to Kris about it here. So Kris, what issues did we run into, or not we, but you, what did you run into while going through to do the small tedious stuff on fitting this massive monster of a 540 blueprint engine in this engine bay?
First thing, we had a power steering leak. We had a bad flange seal. Second thing, we then fixed the power steering. We had the water pump leaking. It was a brand new water pump. We have since swapped out to another new water pump. This one's not leaking. We've pressure tested it. We've made sure that it's going. Then go to put it all back together. The radiator hoses are leaking because they were gummy. I was trying to recycle the old ones. They were a few months old and they were leaking, so they had to go. So we have all new rubber top to bottom and it's ready to rock and ruin.
Very cool. Now, I know you had some issues with your mechanical fan. I know you really wanted to run a mechanical fan.
I did want to run a mechanical fan.
As you people here, let's get on in here and drink this up for a minute. As you can see, there is no finger removal tool there. We had to go to electric fans, yes?
Yes, we did.
Okay, and what are you going to run them thermostat rated? Are you going to do it on a switch? What are you going to do with that? I'm curious.
We're going full simple. 185 degrees they kick on.
All right.
175 they kick off.
Awesome.
They're dual fans. They're supposed to move 1800 CFM a piece.
All right. So we're at 3600. Okay, cool.
It'll move some air. Other than that, the only other thing that happened with the fans is, biggest thing was that it was hitting this bolt. And when it was hitting the bolt for this, we couldn't have that because, you know, clearance issues.
Right. Mechanical fan, you say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I invite you to go back and actually watch that video if you like.
Definitely. If you haven't, by the way, let's just spin this around. By the way, guys and girls, if you haven't gone to check out his channel, which is Gorham Works, I'll pin the link somewhere in one of these corners somewhere. I really suggest you doing that because he has gone through the build on this truck. He has done the small stuff. He has recorded it for you. He's talked about certain things. He's done some sketchy stuff that makes me nervous, like drilling into a brand new aluminum oil pan to put in fittings that just is terrifying. But realistically, he just does the YouTube thing because he enjoys it. It's fun. He likes to be able to see his progress and later on be able to show others. So I encourage you to go check it out. And like I said, check the link out. I'll have it posted. But what we're getting ready to get into is we're going to do the initial fire. That's where we're at. We are ready to fire it up. Now, just a heads up, before we try to do this, I'm going to try to sneak off down in here and show y'all something. You may not get very good quality on the sound because that has no exhaust on it. I know it's probably hard to see. I'll get a shot from the up top area. There's no exhaust. So the plan is we're going to get it running, make sure it runs good and decent. Then we're going to trailer it to Nick the van man down the road and get some exhaust put on this bad boy. So we're going to do some tinkering and then we'll be back. And y'all are going to get to hear the fire off on it. So stay tuned. First things first, I can move that just a hair over in case I need to grab it quick. All right, we ready?
Yeah, I'm ready for you to turn the master power switch on and we'll record it and go.
All right, power's going on.
All right, I got power in the cab.
We're hot.
Holy goodness.
That's got a lot of oomph behind it. Holler at me, let me know.
All right.
Good?
Crank it.
Here it goes.
All right, crank it one more time.
We got a leak. Fuel leak.
Okay, we're done.
Fuel leak. Well, we've pushed it back in the garage. Why?
It's leaking fuel out of the back. We have to set a float level, and we've run out of time in the neighborhood. Even though you can hear my neighbor blowing with a leaf blower, we're trying to be nice to my neighborhood because I'm gonna be the terrorist for the many years to come.
So, initially, we had no fuel leaks. It got a little bit of heat in it. I could be wrong. The lines are stainless and everything like that, so we really wrenched them down. It was working good. We got it to fire off, a couple of pops right off the bat, did some timing adjustment. We got it to idle for maybe 2 or 3 minutes, and then we noticed the fuel leak after we got some heat in it. And obviously with open header and that big fire-breathing monster, we didn't want to, set the world on fire essentially. So Kris shut her down with this wonderful kill switch here. And then we started to fix the fuel leaks, and it started to get a little late, and we're gonna change out. I guess you're gonna check floats, make sure everything's still good, reset needle and seat, all that kind of stuff. Just kind of go back over the basics again, just to be safe. And then the next time you see this guy and this guy will have such a big grin on his face because this guy and this guy is probably going to be doing something he's not supposed to.
We might go around the neighborhood.
Yeah. So I'll be honest, ladies and gentlemen, this thing is a monster. I'm not kidding. I was excited. Do I let the cat out of the bag a little bit on what happened with the previous heart? Do I wait? Do I give them a little sneak peek?
You can tell.
Little sneak peek. So as y'all know, previously this was a 396 with a TH400, and now it's this monstrosity of a 540 big block and a TH400 that will hold up to roughly what, 1,200 horsepower? 1,000 horsepower. I'm not going that crazy because what happened is the heart that came out of this 69 long bed stepside C10, he was so graciously to donate to my channel. So y'all are definitely going to see the build on that. You will see Kris again on my channel as well. We're going to tear that down. He's going to talk about what he did when he was in high school with it because he built that in high school. And we're going to get to go through it, see how, I don't know how many miles you think you've put on that thing now?
The clock says 291, and I'm pretty sure the speedo cable broke for at least 5 or 6.
Okay, so
we're close to 300.
So, all right. So give or take on that 396, it was rebuilt, but it was a poor man's, hey, I'm in high school rebuild. So you do everything you can.
That was only exterior gaskets. It wasn't down to, the heads have never been off. The intake's never been off.
So it's a true 300,000 mile motor almost. Oh, that's going to be beautiful to see. So that's to come because what we're going to do with it is, I believe, y'all have seen the S10, y'all have seen the Sonoma. It's running an 8.2. I'm going to try to get that into the 7s. Once it hits the 7s, the goal is find a real race car. We're going to go big block, and we're going to make it. I want it to be fast enough to where I get kicked off a track at least once in my lifetime, right? I mean, I think we can do that with big block power, especially Chevy. So I'm excited. That's my little teaser for y'all. Kris is going to be so gracious to be there, and he's going to help us out, and he's going to show us everything. And he's more excited about tearing into it than I am. I want to rebuild it. He wants to tear into it, see what kind of abuse he put on it, and see how it held up.
It survived me as a teenager, so that's a pretty tough motor.
Like I said, you put a hurting on that thing, man. You did in high school, so it was awesome. But so we got this thing. It was running for a little bit, leaks, shut her down, and we're calling it a night. But we just wanted to give you guys an update on what progress we've made, correction what he's made, because I helped put the motor in, and then all of this other wonderful work was him, because that's the tedious and meticulous stuff that he was all about. And I'll be honest, I love it. I can't wait to see it and actually hear it when Nick puts the exhaust on it. And I can't wait until it's just running up and down the streets and raising hell. So
I can't wait for Nick to hear it too.
Oh man, I'm excited. So probably later on this week, maybe next week, we'll get this thing actually fired off, dial in, and take some test laps in it just to make sure it's all good to go. Until next time, keep wrenching. Y'all have a good one.